I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. My life has value.
Good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Global Watchman News exposing satanic world government. We hope you guys are all doing well. If you are in the live chat, we do ask that you keep it family friendly. There will be moderators in there to make sure that we stay within the terms of service put forth to us by the platforms we're utilizing tonight. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Take a minute, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, so you know when we go live. So, Ernie, how you doing?
Blessed. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. So we got a little surprise for everybody, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. We want to welcome back to the panel, Mr. Robbie Dee.
Hello. Yeah. So before we go live on that, do I get me feed before or afterwards? Because I need to go out and get some ice cream. Are we live? Are we?
The check is in the mail, Robbie.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? Yeah. Just forget all that. Just ignore that. It was nothing.
Just ignore that.
What's going on, bro?
Actually, we will.
I'm all good, Ernie. All right, Laurie? Yeah.
What's that?
Good. It's all good here. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
We are.
So if you know somebody who is a Robbie Dee fan right now, and you kind of want to tell them to come on in and listen, because we've got some definite words of wisdom from our good friend Robbie Dee. Now, you have not been completely and totally out of the scene, have you?
No, I haven't. No, I've kind of been doing my thing, as you do, because you got to go out and earn a crust. In these times and that, with the situation the way it is, you need to go out and start earning some money, because I need to keep preparing and stuff. But I've been going undercover as posing as a DJ and an MC and whatnot, and really just being a professional stalker behind the scenes and watching things from afar. So really, even though I've not been here, I have actually been here because I have been watching hard, as you do.
You've been working and lurking.
That's right.
So basically, you're a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Right.
Let's stop the bus here. Stop the bus. Ernie, how long have you been waiting to use that line?
About a couple of weeks now.
I know you have. You've been itching to. You finally got to use it.
Yes.
Yeah. So all you people in the chat room and that, go and get all your friends on here now because we're gonna have a really good discussion about a few things that are very, very important.
Yeah, we will first want to start out and let you guys know. Look at there's things going on over in Taiwan. But we're gonna get through this really quick. Let you guys. So what's going on is it seems like with China right now, what China's doing is it's playing games with Taiwan and the United States. They are under the guise of a drill or running. What do you want to call it? Running drills. They are shooting off rockets from China mainland across the bow, you might say, of Taiwan into this area right here. And this is where this is all Chinese water, Chinese control water. So, it's just a matter of time before they go, we're sorry. One just happened to fall on Taiwan. And then all hell's going to break loose. Right, guys?
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of another little area called Ukraine. Yeah. Experiencing a war at the moment, or a war of attrition, an invasion, whatever you want to call it. But when you look at it, really, Ukraine's actually part of Russia. It always has been part of Russia.
Yeah.
It was just a part of the Soviet Union and whatnot. Yeah. And Taiwan isn't really any different.
No. No, it's not, because when you look at it, Taiwan is actually where's the one I've got here? Hold on a minute. I've got one here that tells Taiwan considers itself a sovereign state, but China, however, views Taiwan as a breakaway province. It talks about they're actually still have China in their name.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it. Anyways, I will find it. They have a name that they call themselves, but it's actually got China in the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll find it. I changed all of these things around. But so the U.S. Where is it? Got me all flustered. We were talking beforehand, and I didn't pull up.
So basically, what's happened is that Nancy Pelosi. I mean, we just go for the official narrative. That Nancy Pelosi has taken a contingent of Congress members over to Taiwan, but they were basically warned by the Chinese government and Xi Jinping, basically, that if you go over there, we are going to take some aircraft. I'm going to shoot you out of the sky, right? And they were pretty deadly serious about it. Yeah. So basically, what's happened is the United States has sent two carrier groups over in support. They've gone over there now. The media, I was watching a little bit of it this morning. I actually put on Fox News and CNN to see what was going on, because I've not watched any of that for about a year. Literally, I've not put any of that media rubbish on there. And they were talking about the rising tensions and the fact that Joe Biden had already said that he didn't want Nancy Pelosi going over there. But in reality, whichever of the 6 Joe Bidens they were talking about, one of them doesn't even know what what day it is, what day of the year it is. So I don't know what he could be aware that she'd even gone to Taiwan. He probably doesn't even know who Nancy Pelosi is. Yeah, but I mean, so they've said that there's going to be serious consequences and blah 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 and this and this and that. You know, we know it's all theatre, all of it, because every country, even though, I mean, a lot of people that are listening tonight here now already know what we're going to talk about, but people that don't really understand what's going on, you know, what geopolitics is, it's all a farce, really, because every country that seems to be against each other really are working together. Yeah, they are enemies in the day and they're all friends at night. Yeah,
Of course
but they've all got a role. Each of them's got a role. China's got a role, like Russia's got a role. The United States has got a role, and Taiwan's got a role. Yeah, and everything has to work to a certain timetable, because if it doesn't, then everything seems out of place and whatnot. They're working towards a goal of World War III.
Destabilization, right? Absolutely.
And the destabilization of the world's economy. So all the things that are happening right now, the rising fuel prices, the food shortages, and the economic collapse basically is not by accident. Yeah, it's all happening. And the thing about one thing that war needs is a collapsed global economy for it to thrive. And this is exactly what we're watching right now. So yeah.
Exactly. So I did find out Taiwan is officially called the Republic of China. I wanted to make sure that I got that right and I didn't misspeak. And they, you know, they do, China does consider them to be a breakaway part of them. The thing of it is when China bulked up and said, look, we don't want Pelosi coming over here. And if she does, you know, there's going to be consequences. The thing of it is you got to understand China and its worldview of itself. They couldn't look weak to the world. If they said they were going to do something, they have to do it. It's kind of a, you know, kind of like Japan, you know, fall on your sword kind of thing.
It's a bit like a standoff between the Federation and the Romulans at the neutral zone.
Right. You know.
Right. Yeah. But the question remains is, why didn't they act upon what they said they would do if Pelosi did arrive? That's the question I've been having ever since she left.
I think, you know, because, you know, for those who don't know, they said they were going to shoot her plane out of the sky. That's what they said they were going to do.
Yeah.
I think that they realized that would have been an act of war.
I think they knew very well. I don't think there was realizing in there. They listen. They know what they're doing, and they know what they're saying. Right. Yeah, they know that it'd be an act of war. Yeah, right. And I don't think that fits into the timetable just yet.
I don't either.
Because you know, you've got war games going on now in the waters surrounding the island. There's 3 separate zones where they're doing live fire drills. They're firing missiles over the islands. They're flying drones over the island. Yeah, they are sizing that place up ready. I've got a video on my wall. I should have got it, where there's a massive tank build up. Chinese tanks that are building up by one of the Chinese ports. Now, obviously, they're not just going to send tanks over. They'd have to take out the air defenses first. So, I mean, they pretty much know what they're doing. Yeah. But that is an indication that the pieces are being moved into place. Yeah, we've known for months that they were going to invade Taiwan at some point. We've known at least 6, 7, 8, 9 months ago that they were going to do it. Yeah. So everything that's been taking place is been building up to this moment that we knew that any minute it's going to happen. Yeah, you know, we can't exactly say which day it is or which part of the month, but we know at some point it's imminent. And the question is, what will the United States do? Yeah, I said at the time, about 3 or 4 months ago, I said they ain't going to do anything. Yeah, they're just going to let it happen, and then we'll see what happens after that. We don't know. They might get, you know, this could be the very start of the official shooting part of World War III. Up until this point now, for the last 7 or 8 years, it has been the information and propaganda arm of World War III, the build-up. Yeah. Now, some people would say, well, when it pertaining to Russia, well, the amount of propaganda that's been thrown at Russia, you'd be surprised that they don't like us and whatnot. Yeah. But it's all, you got to remember when that started, it came out of nowhere. Do you remember? It just came out of nowhere. It was anti-Russia, anti-Putin, and it went on and on and on and on. I was doing shows about it with Kev Baker, rest in peace, about Russia, about the situation over in Ukraine and whatnot, and in all that area. And we knew that this was going to be the long game. Yeah, World War III. You got to remember that the 2 previous World Wars, which we know that Albert Pike had already written the letters to Mancini at least 70 years before World War I even took place, detailed what was going to happen. Now, each World War didn't just happen.
No, nothing happened. Nothing happened organically.
No. It took time to build up. It took time to conduct, and then it took time to end on each one, right? World War III isn't going to be any different. Well, the outcome may be different, which we're going to discuss later, but the build-up has already happened, the warm-up, as you can say. It's like 1930s Germany, Hitler came into power in 1933, and then for the next 6 years building up to 1939 was that slow build up towards war, right?
Stage is being set.
Yes.
Absolutely. And like I said, nothing happens organically. They know prior to, they're playing that long chess game. They're 5 steps ahead of us, 10 steps ahead of us. They know what comes next. And I've said to a lot of people, we're talking about the United States, looking at the state of our country right now, and not just our country, but countries around the world. But for lack of time, focus on the United States. We are in an economic, they renamed recession, I believe. They tried to rename recession, but we are in a recession. We are in an economic decline. And the only thing that's going to pull us out of that is war.
Yeah.
That is the only thing that's going to, nothing else is going to pull us out of it. Not higher interest rates, not lower fuel prices, nothing. The only thing, and this is from historical documents looking at the history of every country, when a country gets to be in the recession that we are in right now, the only thing that's going to pull us out is going to be a war.
Yeah. Well, like you say, like we've already said, America needs to be destroyed very, very slowly, economically, spiritually, in every way, shape or form, to the point where its so-called enemies, we've got to turn on it. Yeah. It's America versus Russia, China, the Middle East, any Iran. Yeah. They're all coming together. They've got this nice little pact now. They're getting away from the petrodollar. It's got their own system coming in, which we know was going to happen. Everything's going to move away from the dollar now. Everything's going crypto anyway. Yeah. It's all digital now. And, America is no longer relied on to be the center ground of everything. It's no longer the police force of everything. It's been found out at its own game. It's had a nice run, right? The last 20 years have basically shown the world what America is. It's
last one out, shut the lights off. That's all I got to say on that one.
That's what it is. You know what I mean? And it's we're not talking about the people. We're talking about the nation, or the country, the United States corporation. you know. But we know, yet again, and I'm always going to keep pointing this out, that it's all a game, you know. Somebody's got to be a hero, somebody's got to be the villain, and it's interchangeable. It's interchangeable all the time. You know, it's the Hegelian dialectic. It's the principles of duality, yeah, that they are implementing, that the elite are implementing, and it's not, and you can see it at a grassroots level as well. Even with the nonsense of politics, yeah, how they've turned people against each other into diverse groups, and you know, it's just absolutely amazing that people still can't see it. There's people out there that still can't see that they are the architects of their own destruction because they're participating in this game that the elite has set for us.
Yeah, the destabilization is not just landmass. You know, we got this destabilization here in the United States. We got it in the Middle East. Now we've got it in, you know, the China Sea. But we've also got destabilization here politically. We've got it socially. And we already know that we're spiritually bankrupt.
Oh, yeah. Social engineering at its finest is in work at play right now. I'm so glad we've done all those shows, you know, talking about all this stuff, because it's all happening now. In fact, this is another reason why I never spoke for, well, it's been about a year now, because I didn't need to. All I needed to do was sit back and watch everybody else jumping around, going, look at this, oh my God.
we've already put that information out there. We've already told you about it.
You know what I mean? When the day's gonna come where we're gonna sit back and say, right, yes, we told you so. We told you this very day was gonna come. And it's coming really quickly. But we've got to sit back and observe the mechanism of World War III, which people, you know, there's a lot of people that weren't even born during the last World War, so they've never experienced what it's like, but they are seeing it now playing out, and it's very difficult to gauge their reaction to it. Some people are burying their head in the sand and getting on with it, you know. Some people are paying close attention. There's a lot of people out there that are prepping, you know. I'm supposedly at some point moving to London. Yeah. And then they said, well, how come you want to do that? Then you want to get as far away from the city. I said, well, I've got two choices. I can see what's going to come out of the city, or if Putin decides to drop a bomb on London, it'll be that quick I won't even know it happened, because I don't want to be sitting on the sidelines watching the mushroom cloud thinking, shit.
Now what? We talked about this the other day when we were on the phone. I said, you know, I feel the same way. You know, I'd much rather die quickly than to be taken by the radiation or whatever it is that comes after starvation, radiation, violence. You know, the plethora of niceties that await for us after it happens.
That's right.
But Lori, keep in mind, we have steps now in what we can do to avoid the poison. That PSA was on point when it came to how to survive a nuclear.
That's right. Blast. Get inside. If you've been exposed, take a shower, change your clothes. And above all things, make sure that you follow the directions that the news agencies are going to be telling you. They will save your lives, people.
They are here to help.
What did who was it? Ronald Reagan said the most horrible words is, I'm here from the government, or I'm from the government, I'm here to help.
Yeah.
You know, all of this started too when God was taken out of pretty much everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are so bankrupt, spiritually bankrupt as a country. You know,
Scripture says that if you remove yourself from God and you take God out of your life and turn your back on Him, He will do the same sevenfold.
Absolutely. You take God out of the church, then God will take the church out of, you know. It's true. You abandon Him, He will turn His back on you. Judgment. Talked about this the other night with Marcus Kaiser. Judgment is upon us. So speaking of which, guys, the other night Well, actually, we'll get to that. Never mind.
Well, that's exactly what he did to the Israelites, really, for real. And
Yep.
still under the curses now, right now. So still under the curses now, right? And he provoked us to jealousy by basically giving everything over to the Edomites and everything. And the world, the way it is now, is provoked the Israelites to jealousy to come back. And this is why the world is in such a mess that it is now. Yeah, it's been in a mess for a very long time, and people don't seem to understand. The New World Order's been here, always been here, yeah, from a long, long time. Yeah, it's just been playing out very, very, very slowly.
Again, they have always been in it for the long game. This wasn't something that they were going to implement overnight. This was something that, they did it by proxy wars, proxy, I want to say false flags. I mean, all these things led up to it. World disasters, crises. They used all of those. No crisis goes.
One of the biggest false flags was hiding Tartaria, and the actual history of the world and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's there's so much.
Yep. Mr. Jones, very good comment. Remaking the world in their image, not God's.
That's
Absolutely,
right.
Mr. Jones.
That's right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I like adding on to that. It's making the world in the image of the Antichrist, the son of perdition.
Yeah. It's watching these things unfold. Knowing that we've talked about these things, we've presented everything to you guys. It's so hard to sit back and to watch it happen because it's not a surprise to us. And I look at other people and they're like, I can't believe this is happening. And I'm like, if you saw the writing on the wall, if you saw the things coming down the pike, you would understand and you would know that this is just part of their plan.
Yeah.
Never let a crisis go to waste. Thank you, Charity. I apologize, guys. I had my my test this morning and I was under anesthesia. So I'm a little bit groggy tonight. So still a little bit groggy. So, my brain does now.
Ooh. Joke. No.
What'd you say?
So I thought you'd been drinking.
No.
I was just about to say, Lori, stay off the sauce.
No.
I wish. No.
Oh yeah. We'll go out and get sloshed. Yeah. Cool.
No.
All right.
No, but I feel like I've got that. That hangover. If you ever had anesthesia, you had that hangover for a few hours. Yeah, that's what I've got.
That's not good, is it? So.
Okay, now the big question is, and I'm going to present this to Robbie because we were talking before we went live.
Yeah.
What is the distraction? What are they distracting us from? They're great at this whole shell game. Look over here when things are going on over here. So all of us are right now looking at Pelosi and Taiwan and Ukraine and China and Russia. What are they distracting us from?
Well, I've said this consistently for quite a while now. Excuse me. World War III doesn't concern me. It doesn't concern me in the slightest. Yeah. And do you want to know why?
Yeah.
It's because World War III to me is the distraction for what's coming. Now, people have asked, well, what's coming? I had somebody ask me today, well, what's coming? I said, well, I don't really want to spoil your day. Yeah. Right? Because it will
be the bearer of bad news, but
I said I know things, right, that will scare the living crap out of you. Yeah. And to be honest, World War III and all-out nuclear exchange and nuclear annihilation would be absolutely kinder to the whole world as opposed to what's coming. Yeah. Because it's not going to be pretty and it's not going to be quick. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you can't have a one world government if there's nobody to govern. So if they kill us all with a world war, and if they destroy, it kind of defeats their purpose.
Look, I was just going to get to that. Listen, at the end of the day, right, we know that in order to have their goal, which is one world government. They need World War III. They need to bring this world down to its knees. Yeah, to employ the Hegelian dialectic. You present the problem. Yeah, people react to that problem, and then they present a solution to the problem that they created in the first place, which is World War III and everything that preceded it. Yeah, but we also know that they have another card that they need to play. It's one card left. It's the biggest card that they got, and we know that is the alien agenda, right? And they are going to play it. Believe you me, people, they are going to play it. Now, the way I've already said the scenario will play out, and I'll be very brief with this, yeah, is that in my estimation, now this is an opinion, yeah, that there will be a nuclear event, guaranteed, right? I don't know which country, I don't know when, I don't know who's going to initiate it, which side's going to initiate it, but there's got to be a nuclear event. It may be a couple of nuclear bombs, one in a couple of continents, whatnot, because there's nothing worse to scare the public than to see an event on TV, i.e. 9/11, yeah? Right? One of the greatest events, worst events, televised events in history other than Pearl Harbor, yeah? But that wasn't live. That was live, 9/11, yeah? When we see the nukes exploding, it might even be New York, because we know it's already on the Masonic writing and on the money, yeah, that New York is going to go at some point. The whole world watches New York like it watches America like a hawk, yeah? Then I believe is that an event so unprecedented in its scale will come to intervene and stop it. And the only thing that I know that would have the power to stop a nuclear war would be an alien intervention. Yeah?
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah, I mean, we've said this before. The Ronald Reagan said it when he addressed the United Nations, that he believed that there was one thing that could unite the world, and that would be an alien invasion, or a common enemy from the heavens.
That's
we
right.
We know that aliens don't exist. They are interdimensional, not extraterrestrial. But nonetheless, I mean, if they were to orchestrate World War III, there would be a short exchange, not enough to really do a lot, but enough to scare us enough that here comes the aliens to save the day.
Yeah, we've got an alien here somewhere. I'm just going to find it. I'm sorry, a so-called alien. All right, let's have a look here. Is that one? That one? No, it's not that one. It's not that one, but it could be this one. Yes.
It could be. It might be. Maybe.
There you go. Look, can you see that, people?
Yep.
This is on my wall. I put it on yesterday or a couple of days ago. This is a so-called alien, or shall we say demonic entity, hybrid, fallen angel, whatnot.
I wonder if you smell sulfur when you're talking to him.
That's right. Look at him there. Look at that.
I mean, that to me, that I don't understand why people would think it. That looks demonic to me. It doesn't look alienic.
It's demonic. It's demonic as it comes. It's as demonic as it comes.
Disembodied spirit.
Right.
That's right. In a hybrid shell created body. This is the technology that they've got. Absolutely wild. So anyway, this is how I see it's going to play out. We're going to have a nuclear exchange followed by a alien intervention. We're going to see UFOs all over the shop, right?
Yep.
Basically, we've seen the films, we've seen the science fiction movies and TV shows where the missiles don't come out of the silo because the UFOs have fired some kind of technology into the silos, and the missiles don't work no more, right? Can you see that? Can you see that kind of happening? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then we'll see this fella here on the right addressing the UN literally a month after being baptized by the Pope, because the Pope said that he promised that he would baptize an alien if they showed up.
You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
So the world will be looking at these so-called aliens, quote unquote, and they'll be thinking, "Oh my God!" So it was true. There was life in other planets and blah blah blah. Have you noticed? Right. Let me just stop this a minute. Let me just get rid of that. Is it that one? Yeah. Have you noticed on Facebook that there's been a lot of reports of, ever since they showed that what telescope showed the so-called universe, right? Which I don't believe any of it. Yeah, what they're showing, not a single.
They're showing crystal clear pictures of the edges of the universe, but they can't get CCP cameras to show the, without
burglar.
it being.
Yeah, burglar, or a paedophile. Yeah, right. There was something I seen today. Oh, what was that? I seen something today.
I went to play this, but I wanted to.
Okay. That was this was on my wall, right? Yeah. This was taken a few days ago. It's on the Russian peninsula in Asia, right? Look at that.
We have totally seen an uptick in these unidentified flying objects.
That's right. But look at it. Look at it.
I'm gonna stop.
It's not trying to get away. It's not trying to get away. It's flying alongside. This is a Russian military plane. Look. It's coming in for a photo op, right? It's about as close to China as you're gonna get. Yeah, it's on the Russian peninsula. Yeah. Listen, when the aliens come, the so-called aliens, I'm going to just call them aliens because we know what they are. Right, we don't have to keep explaining that. Yeah, we know they're demonic entities. They're fallen angels. Right. They're going to turn around and give you the option of carrying on with a war to mutually destroy each other, or they're going to say, and we know this from research and documentation and witness testimony, that they are going to tell the world that you need to put your arms down. You need to stop fighting and you need world peace. And in order to do that, though, you're going to have to come together, you're going to love this one, to form a one world government. What do you think the general public of Six Pack Joe and everybody else, right, are going to turn around and say when they say that? They're going to go, "Oh, well, that's a good idea."
Well, yeah. I mean, if they've stopped World War III and they've stopped, if there is a small or a limited exchange of nuclear weapons between whoever, if the aliens come in and stop this, Robbie, I can totally see the entire world bowing down and going, "Thank you, help us, make us better." It was kind of like after 9/11 when, the United States had that fear, and we would have done anything to get back that safety of pre 9/11. So we, willingly gave up our rights, our freedom.
We've got it all wrong. We've got it all wrong, right? All these years, we've got it all wrong. We've been warning about a totalitarian, fascist, socialist new world order that's going to put the world down under lock and key, and they're going to take away all our rights, and they're going to throw us all in jail, and they're going to put the troops on the street, and it's going to be like the film where the guy got killed making the film. And I'm saying, no, it ain't going to be like that at all. It's not going to be like that at all.
Right.
All that comes later.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What comes first is that we are going to be offered a ticket, a golden ticket to the golden new dawn of the new world order, which will be the utopia that we've been promised. Yeah. Where all the religions come together as one, where everybody holds hands and makes daisies and just does the one thing that the world wants. We want to come together in world peace, right, with spirituality, with these new alien people that have come to save us, to enlighten us, to give us free energy, to cure our diseases. You know, just like V. Do you remember V? When
Absolutely.
they came and they offered everybody everything and said, "Oh, we've come to save you."
Right.
Yeah.
And that would make this Illuminati card all the more relevant.
Exactly. And the one thing that it needs to extinguish, even though it's a New World Order religion, Christianity needs to be extinguished. Yeah. Except the little good parts, the best parts that they'll take out of it, to merge in with all the other religions.
Right.
Because there's got to be this one big super religion, because the New World Order will not exist without the religious aspect of it. Yeah. Which is the Luciferian doctrine of light of Lucifer.
The false light.
The false light.
I mean, they're already doing that with Islam and the Abrahamic house, combining those religions. So I mean, that's just the beginning. Everything else is going to be coming together.
And they're supposed to be opening up the what is it, the Friendship House or something? What is it called?
The Abrahamic house.
The Abrahamic house. Yeah, they're supposed to be opening that just in a few weeks. The Abrahamic house.
Yeah,
it's all led by the Pope.
Yeah, it's going to house the mosque, the synagogue, and the church, all on the same. You know,
how wonderful, eh?
Yeah.
In a country that completely bans Christianity.
In a country that completely bans Christianity, exactly. How's that going to work out?
See, the problem is Christianity is done. It was always done because it was designed, like every other religion, to be done. Yeah, it served its purpose, and then it's got to be extinguished. But out of all the other religions, Christianity will be the one that will be pinpointed and targeted. Yeah, because it's the one that's closest to align with the Bible. Yeah, and the Bible has served its purpose as far as the elite's concerned. They don't need it anymore. It's done its job for them. Yeah. So now they can discredit the Bible to their heart's content and use that to basically exterminate, like Albert Pike said, right? Islam, Judaism, Christianity will all mutually destroy each other with the help of atheism, right? Which will be destroyed as well. All of it, yeah? Because at the end of the day, when you look at it from Satan's point of view, yeah, he wants everybody to worship him, yeah?
Yeah.
If you don't believe in him, he doesn't want you, yeah? So all you atheists out there, watch out, because you're not immune either, yeah? He can target you as well, especially you, because atheism, which is a religion on its own, right, which was created, it didn't just came out of nowhere, right, is served its purpose as well.
Yep.
All of it, all these different factions, doesn't matter what religion it is, whether it's Hinduism, Buddhism, whatever.
All the isms.
All the isms, yeah. It's all you're all going to be pulled into line, but you're not going to be forced to do it. You're going to be invited. You're going to be invited with ice cream, yeah, and flowers, yeah, and laser lights. And lovely music, yeah,
and love and kumbaya, and hugs and puppies and kittens.
That's right. Satan can't come in hate; he's got to come in love.
That's right. And I just said this the other night that he's not going to come in with blades, you know, blazing. He has to come in with love, because if he were to come in with his sword blazing, people would be like, whoa there, buddy, back up. We're not going to do what you want. But if he comes in under the guise of love and acceptance, and it doesn't matter what religion you are, we'll accept you. And that's what this Abrahamic house is actually saying, that everybody, we're all inclusive. We're all brothers. We all worship the same God. We're all together.
Yeah.
He's going to come in under the guise of, you know, that's right, we are all together. And then halfway through, boom, that's when he comes in, and that's when he makes us make that decision. Me or death.
Yeah, we're all worshiping something, no matter if you're atheist or not. We're all innately designed to worship, whether you realize it or not. And when come this time, yeah, you're not going to be quote unquote forced, just like we're not quote unquote forced to take the jibby jab. But you're going to have a price to pay if you don't.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not going to be a what we call it, a 1984 style New World Order. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a new age New World Order, right? The new age. That's why it's called the new age, because we are going to enter into a new age, quote unquote. Yeah. And it's going to be quite surreal, really, for a lot of people, because they're not going to realize that it's a trap. Yeah. And this is where the Bible believers are going to have the hardest time, because we've already said that once this goes to that stage and we turn around and say, well, hang on, Mike, like Laurie just hit it on the head a minute ago about this peace, right? This thing that's going to happen. What will happen as well, and now a lot of previous US presidents have tried and failed, is to bring peace to the Middle East.
Yes.
And that's been on purpose. That's by design. Yeah. The next US president will bring peace to the Middle East. Yeah. Because basically it's going to coincide with everything that's happening now. Yeah. Satan is going to set up world peace. In order to do that, he's going to go straight to the source, which is the conflict between the so-called Israelis and the Palestinians. Yeah, he's going to bring the conflict to the end, and they're going to make a final peace agreement. What we know from the scriptures is that 3.5 years in to this 7-year peace deal, Satan breaks his word. Mm-hmm. That is when the trouble is going to start. That is when the FEMA camps and the extermination centers are going to be fired up worldwide. Yeah, that's when the killing grounds start activating. That is when the end game comes, but not yet. Yeah,
people, if they think that what they see now is bad, they have no idea. I mean,
no, they ain't got a clue.
The Bible tells us men will seek death and won't be able to find it.
That's right.
You're going to see such atrocities.
Yeah, and this is why people need to wake the hell up. Bad analogy, but yeah, you need to wake up and stay awoke. Yeah, because some people just seem to think, well, oh, it ain't so bad now. The pandemic's over, and you don't seem so bad. Oh yeah, the prices are raising up and all that, but we get over it. Everything will be all right. No, it ain't going to be all right at all. Yeah. I'm not saying that you've got to walk around moody and gloomy and whatnot. Yeah, you've got to live your life. Everyone's got to live their life. You can't sit there 24/7 worrying about it in a manner that's going to keep you depressed. But you've got to keep alert, because you know that the time is now.
Stay sober and keep your eyes open.
That's right.
Is what we're told. Keep vigilant, stay sober. Watch the things that are happening. We're not going to be taken by surprise if we know what's coming.
No.
Jesus mapped it out in the Bible when he was asked, what are the signs of your coming? Yep. And he describes it, and everything that we're experiencing right now is just the beginning of the birth pains. I mean, we got famines coming up. We got pestilences. We got nation rising against nation. We've seen that here in our own country, as far as like different nationalities and religions just going head to head. Yep. Whether it's the false ideology of the left or the right, they're going at each other as well. And when we got wars and rumors of wars springing up, and this is what the focus of our show is tonight. This is all starting to begin to unravel into the beginning of the sorrows that we're going to be experiencing here within the last days. I definitely think that we are the terminal generation in which we're going to see all these things manifest. But as Lori mentioned, we got to be sober-minded, and we have the ability to understand that God wins in the end.
Amen.
He's already won on the cross.
That's right. He has. Exactly.
Amen to that. Everybody needs to understand that we even still, we are all in trouble. Right? Like we are all in big trouble, whether we believe the Bible, whether we don't believe the Bible. Yeah, we're all in big trouble because at the end of the day, I spoke this with Marty the other day again, right? When Christ comes, yeah, it's not going to be a day of light. It's going to be a day of darkness.
Oh yeah.
It is going to be a day of darkness, and it already states that. He states it in Isaiah. Yeah, anybody that wishes or wants that day, the day of judgment, or day of the Most High to come, the day of the Lord, yeah, is a fool. Yeah, because it's a day of darkness. Yeah, for the whole world, it ain't going to be pretty, right? And basically, Christ is going to come and he's going to clean house, and I mean clean house as there's going to be a lot of death. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of death and a lot of destruction. If you think
Matthew chapter 10, verse 33 says that he's not going to come in peace. He's going to come and wielding the sword.
That's right. And his robes are going to be like a bloody wine press. Right? It's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of death and destruction. Yeah. If you think the New World Order or the elite, right, are going to bring just a lot of destruction to the world, that's nothing. Absolutely nothing compared to what the Most High and his Son is going to do. Yeah, they're coming to bring war, right? And a lot of people need to be sober about that as well, because it ain't going to be hippie Jesus coming, daisy chains and give you a hug and go, oh well, you done well. Yeah, there's going to be a massive separation. We've seen the separation now, but there's going to be a big separation on that day when that sky cracks. That's game over. Yeah, that's it. Right. Boom, boom. There ain't no. Well, can you give us another 5 minutes to get our act together? That's it. You've got from now until that sky cracks. Yeah.
When the sky rolls back like a scroll.
You know what I'm saying?
It's on us. It's on.
Yeah. We're all going to witness the beast and a false prophet.
That's right.
There's no golden ticket out of here
for 1,000 years.
And there's no golden ticket out of here. If you believe in the false doctrine of this rapture event coming, you've got another thing coming. Just like Ernie said in Matthew 24, Christ lays out exactly what is coming, what to look for. The disciples asked him up on the Mount of Olives, what are the things we're supposed to look for before your second coming? He listed everything. He never listed anything like a secret coming, but he did.
I do think there will be a rapture. I think there will be, but it won't be. It won't be anything biblical. I can guarantee you that. Yeah, right. Yeah. I think there's going to be a majority of people that have been vaccinated with all the nanobites in there that are going to be right to be taken up into the sky, never to be seen again. Yeah, literally, and they're not going to heaven. Guarantee you that. Yeah, they're going to get taken off by the fallen. Yeah, they're going to be taken and disappeared. Yeah, and people are going to think that this so-called rapture took place, even though we know it's a Masonic deception. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
the rapture is only mentioned in one Bible, and that is in the Schofield Bible. And we know Schofield was a straight-up Freemason. Him and the other guy, I can't remember his name. They were the ones that were put out there. And also, if you look in the Bible and you look at the Hebrew, the Strong's Concordance, it's harpazo, and harpazo is a strong shaking. It's how you separate the wheat from the tare. It's that shaking. It's violent. It's like a thief. It comes and it rips you up. That's not from God, guys.
No.
Look up harpazo.
It's all mental. All of it. It's all pretty mental, isn't it? When you sit back. Somebody just asked about my accent. Yeah, I'm from the UK. Yeah, from England. English. Yeah. Yeah.
He's from across the pond.
From across the pond, yeah. I mean, when you sit back and you look at it, it's all mental, all of it. It's absolutely mental what's going on. Yeah. I mean, you couldn't make this shit up if you tried. You know what I mean? It's absolutely wild. Sit there some days and think this can't be really happening. This is mental. You know what I mean? It's like science fiction, but it's real. That's the whole thing. It's real, And this thing about the world is that they're going to find out that fiction what was it? Truth is stranger than fiction.
Truth is stranger than fiction.
It really is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. When you're going to look at things, right, and think, hang on, am I watching the TV? Because I'm seeing some, and then, but the scripts just say that, you know, there's going to be things on the earth that are going to make men's hearts fail. You know, you're going to see things that are going to give you a heart attack. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, when they show things about Godzilla and King Kong and things like that. Yeah. Well, have we not got Behemoth and Leviathan yet to come out into the earth? Yeah. To come and stomp out the elite.
Hey, Ernie. Right, hey, Ernie. You want to tell them about our research and those? Oh man, Ernie and I got in this about the creatures in the ocean.
Oh yes. Well, Leviathan and Behemoth, you know, they're still running around.
That's right.
I mean, there's been numerous reports of like explosions in the ocean, and I firmly believe that it's the military trying to kill it.
Well, just like
they don't realize that. They don't realize that this thing is not of this world.
It's not, is it?
So nothing of this world can kill it.
No, that's right. In this realm, this amazing realm, the Most High's footstool. Yeah, people still think that we're a little speck in space, spinning around the sun and all that nonsense. Yeah, they got no idea what the world really is. Yeah, I was chatting to someone the other day and talking about Lord of the Rings. I said, do you know what Lord of the Rings got right? Yeah, its map. Yeah, of Middle Earth. Yeah, it's like Discworld, isn't it? Yeah, it's all a realm. Yeah, they're telling you in fiction what the world, what the Earth really is. It is a realm, right? We're living in a realm. Yeah, and this is what gets me. Do you remember the videos that we watched about, you know, about the firmament and about the land that's outside the firmament, Laurie? Do you remember that one?
Absolutely, and that's what I firmly believe when they're talking about alien, or they're talking about extraterrestrial. You gotta, the English language, words have meaning. Extraterrestrial means more land.
Yes.
It does not mean out in outer space, but it means more land. So when they're talking about extraterrestrials, I believe they're talking about other lands. And when you look in the Bible, I believe that it would probably correspond with the book of Genesis and the land of Nod.
Yeah, that's right. You know, all these things that we hear about, and I was thought, well, that's just nonsense, yeah, blah, 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 blah. But then as you go on and you uncover more research and you're shown more things, as far as I'm concerned, everything that's going on in the world right now is absolutely irrelevant, yeah, to me. All of it. It's all irrelevant, yeah. Once I realise there's more land outside the firmament, yeah, nothing else mattered. It just really didn't matter. Do you remember when I first watched it? I couldn't speak about anything for about 3 weeks.
Right.
3 weeks. I thought I knew a lot of stuff, but oh my God, the things that I was shown, right? The things that they showed me, especially we were talking about the mountains. We were not.
I wish I had. Maybe I do. Hold on a second.
Yeah, we were talking about the mountains earlier and that. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. I have a picture that I shared on our. There it is. I got it. Give me a second. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, we were talking about the formation of the mountains and the valleys and the hills and whatnot. Yeah, and we you know what we were shown and talking about is the fact that something made those mountains, right? Something took a scoop and scooped everything off the map, off whatever, and created the mountains and created the valleys and used whatever it took as raw material. Yeah.
Right.
We were talking about the cutting down of these giant trees, these massive giant trees. We're not just talking like the great big redwoods that you see. We're talking about things that are miles and miles and miles in diameter, and God knows how high they were, yeah, were chopped down with machinery. What machinery was big enough to make these mountains, to make these hills, these valleys, yeah? And what did they use the material for?
The desert.
And I said that at the end of the day, Satan, right, had an agenda.
Yep.
What that agenda was is open to interpretation, but it was something serious that we had the Nephilim, the giants, we had these great machinery carving out material. For what purpose? What was it?
Right.
Yeah, they go.
Robbie, is this the picture you were talking about?
Yes.
Yes. Look at this, guys. This is a bird's eye view of a mountain range. And you can clearly see that it is a person. You can see her head. You can see her ear. You can see her face is underneath her right arm. You can see her breasts. Her left arm is crooked up there. Her waist, her buttocks, her leg, her feet. It is
her hair.
Her hair. Everything about this. The history of our humanity has been hidden for a reason, for a purpose. And what does the Bible tells us? In the last days, knowledge is going to be what? Increase.
Men will go to and fro, and knowledge will increase. Yeah. There's so much yet. I think we only know about 10% of what we're about to find out. Yeah. I think there's about another 90% yet to be revealed. And I reckon it's got a lot to do with the outer lands that Admiral Byrd told us about on television. Did you not see? Did you not see the photograph of the sailing ships that were down in the so-called Antarctic Circle, and in the background you could see a shimmering wall, yeah, which was the beginning of the firmament. That photo was not meant to be shown, or was it?
Or was it? Exactly, or was it? You know, was that soft disclosure?
Could be.
You know, I don't believe any pictures leak out. I mean, they have control of the media. Unless it's a personal picture put out now, like on the internet, they have a hard time containing the truth now because there are so many different people. But back then, if something was put into a newspaper, we know who the newspaper and the news agencies were run by. So I believe it was probably put out for a reason or on purpose.
No, I don't believe anything. I don't believe any version of any story that they've told us about anything, including the history of the things that have been revealed, like the formation of the Illuminati, in 1776 and blah. I think that's just nonsense. I think that's just an elaborate story. I'm not saying it didn't take place, yeah, but I don't believe it happened in the way that they said it did, yeah. If anybody, like somebody said, if anybody thinks that the Illuminati was created in 1776 is an idiot, yeah.
The modern, because I believe that there's probably different factions of it. Just like we have with Freemasonry, we have the public Freemason, we have the secret Freemason. So they wanted the Illuminati to be put out there, but they didn't want the truth about the Illuminati to be put out there. So what they did is they paid Adam Weishaupt to create this image that they wanted created for the Illuminati and put it out publicly, while the real Illuminati, still looms in the darkness.
That's right. Mm-hmm. It's been there from the very beginning, from the very, very beginning.
It comes right from the Temple of Solomon, Solomon's keys, and that time.
We have been lied to of pretty much everything.
I wouldn't be surprised if it came even before that.
Yeah, you're right. It probably was even pre-Adamic.
Yeah, I think it could have been Atlantis and Lemuria.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where everything came from.
I think you're probably right.
I think the plots and the plans came from there, as well as the genetic manipulation. That's why they're so good at it now. You see everything that's happening now.
They haven't had centuries, and they haven't had millennia to perfect this. Guys, they've had eons. The Bible is only the history of those created in God's image. There is so much more prior to the Bible that's been hidden from us.
Well, that's what people seem to get wrong. They think Adam and Eve were the first people in the world. No, they weren't the first people in the world. There was already people in the world.
They were the first ones created in God's
image. But no, there was people, there was men, there was women. Yeah, he already said at the beginning, let's create man in our image, right? That was the creation of man. That wasn't the creation of Adam, right? That was the creation of man. So when Adam was formed, there was already people in the earth. Right. That's why when you got Adam and Eve and then you got his children, obviously, you know, right?
Well, that's when Cain was vanquished to Nod and he found a wife. Well, there was already people there.
Yeah, it wasn't some ancestral thing, right? Yeah. There was already people in the world. And this took me a long while to realize this.
Well, if you were to believe
for so long.
But if you were to believe that there was something incestuous about that, then you would be calling God a liar, because to him, incest is a sin and it's against what he tells us. So in order to say that Adam and Eve were the first human, the first people, and, everybody came from them, and they, brothers and sisters and cousins, they all intermingled, they all are your marriage, you're calling God a liar.
Adam is the first line of the bloodline that leads all the way up to Christ.
Right.
14 generations, right? From Adam all the way from, I mean, you could pull out the Bible now, right, at the very beginning of the New Testament, and it tells you, and then it tells you that Joseph was Christ's biological father.
Yep.
Right? So all the people going out there talking about the virgin birth and all that, what you need to realize is that the first 2 chapters of the New Testament was swapped over to perpetrate this. But the thing is that people don't seem to understand is that the English language or whichever languages are very different to the Paleo-Hebrew, right? Different words have different meanings, right? And
for a reason.
What it would pertain to is that to call somebody a virgin back then, right, would be to say a woman of marrying age, not someone that hasn't had sexual relations, right? What you need to understand is that the Spirit of Christ was put into the egg or whatever it is, into the whatnot, right? But Joseph was actually Christ's biological father, right? And that actually took place, right? And as it states in the scriptures, 14 generations going back from Joseph all the way to Adam. Yeah. People need to, this is what, there's so much that has been twisted. Do you remember we've done shows with GE and we explained it.
Well, and also if you look at Judaism.
Yeah.
In Judaism, the bloodline goes through the mother.
Yeah, right.
And that is a twisting and a bastardization of what's real.
Yeah, the scripture tells you straight.
The bloodline does not go through the mother. The bloodline goes through the father.
You are the seed of your father, right? This is why there's no such thing as mixed race, right? That's a made-up term, right? I'm my mother's white, my dad is black. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I am the seed of my father, right? There's no mix. There's no, there's been a lot of mixing, but you are essentially the seed of your father because it goes through the father's line according to the Bible, according to the scriptures.
Right. And we've had this discussion. You, myself, GE, and Marte. We've talked about that. Caucasian skin is actually a mutation brought about by albinoism, which a Caucasian cannot have an albino child. Only a person with melanated skin can give birth or can have an offspring that is a Caucasian. The white skin is a mutation.
Yeah.
Through the breeding, over the years, the lack of melanin is a mutation.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when people bring race into it and they bring color into it, it kind of dilutes the truth.
Well, it does, doesn't it? But still, it is what it is. You know, you've got to identify it. You've got to be able to understand and quantify it. And it's very interesting that, you know, people don't seem to understand is that the Bible makes it quite clear about how many bloodlines. It's not about races. It's about bloodlines. Yeah, all different bloodlines. There's only so many bloodlines. And, you know, there's only one bloodline that actually matters. And that's,
right.
That's the Israelites. Yeah. Because the Bible is about the Israelites from the beginning to the end and in the middle. Christ was an Israelite. He wasn't a Jew. Yeah. He was an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Yeah. The Bible is about the Israelites. And this is why there's so much contention. You know, they're going about there's black Hebrew Israelites and this and da. There's no such thing as a black Hebrew Israelite. There's only the Israelites. Yeah, right? It's not about color. It's about bloodline. Yeah, you know, as they're talking about the curses of Deuteronomy 28 and why the Israelites are still under the curses. Yeah, very much so. You know, and we was talking about how stewardship was taken from the Israelites. He just so happened to be black, by the way. You know, right. But that's just that, yeah, right. That's neither here or there. The fact of the matter is that stewardship was taken from the Israelites over to the other races, including the Edomites or Caucasians, as we should say, right? Because the Most High said that he would provoke the Israelites to jealousy, right? To bring them back to the laws, statutes and commandments of the Most High, all 613 of them, yeah? Not just talking about 10 commandments here, we're talking about 613 laws, statutes and commandments. Yeah? The one that wouldn't actually be still standing would be the sacrificial laws, which Christ actually fulfilled, you know? And this is another thing that Christianity seems to get wrong, is that they said that the law's done away with. Well, tell me the scriptures where it says the law was done away with. It was never done away with. It said that not one jot or tittle would be the law would be done away with until the end. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, you know, Israelites will keep the Sabbath. Yeah. They will keep the holy days. Yeah. You know, the Passover and the first fruits and the Day of Atonement and so on and so forth. Yeah, not because they've got to, because they want to, because when Christ comes back, you're going to be doing the Sabbath, you're going to be doing the holy days, you're going to be doing all of that for the next 1,000 years.
Right.
Yeah. So all you Christians out there that are sitting there eating your bacon sandwich thinking, well, listen, you better watch out, man. You're in a bit of trouble here. Yeah. Because you're not really reading the Bible properly. You're only reading it what the pork chop pastors told the majority of Christianity. This is like, and I'm not having a bash at Christians, because at the end of the day, I actually feel quite sorry for you that you've been told loads of lies, just like the Jews have been told inherited lies, like every other nation has inherited lies, because the elite have done a bang up job to try and dilute the Bible. They've diluted it like they do, like diluted Christianity with paganism, yeah, and taken away from the actual principles of it's basically what the Father said. You know, Christ said, you know, if you love me, keep my commandments. Yeah. Well, the commandments is the whole of the law. Yeah. And you got to remember is that there's so many laws in the world that you keep. You know, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't cross the road as you're jaywalking. There's a law right there. You keep so many laws, right? But the one set of laws that you don't keep is 613 of the Most High's laws. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, some people would be going, listen to this and going, what's he going on about? The law's been done. Listen, you show me the scripture that says the law's been done away with, yeah? And I'll retract everything that I said. I'll go and get GE to retract what you said. I'll get Marty to retract, yeah, and we won't say another word. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? You've got to understand when Christ comes back, he's establishing his government on earth. So all them people that said, oh, well, we're going to heaven. No, you ain't. Christ is bringing his kingdom here. And once he's established his government, the real new world order, then it's going to be a new covenant. Yeah? And it's going to be a whole new thing. For those that make it, by the way, you know what I mean? And he also did say, and it was in the Apocrypha somewhere, I have to pull it out. He said, those that make it are going to make it by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we have a comment says that we seem to support being saved by works.
No. It's what does it say? Grace without works is dead. You're doing the works, right? Not to be saved by them. You're doing them because because it's the right thing to do, right? It's the right thing to do, right? You go out there, you do your bit.
When you think about it, what would you rather us be doing? Would you rather us be keeping the laws, commandments of Christianity and celebrating Christmas and Easter and all the other pagan holidays, or would you prefer us to keep holy the festivals, or the, what are they called, of the Israelites, of
the holy days? Yeah,
the holy days.
What did he say about the Sabbath? When the Most High established the Sabbath, how long did he say that it was going to be established for? Forever.
Mm-hmm.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not until the Christ came, or in the Middle Ages, or in 1986. It's done now. It's all finished. It's all good. It was forever. Forever.
I want to address something. I had said in the chat room, I was talking a little bit about pigs, and I said that pigs share more DNA with human beings than any other animal. That's why we can use a pig's heart to transplant into a human being. I believe that pigs were not created by God. They are chimeras. They're chimeras, whatever you want to pronounce it. I believe that, here's the thing about this, and this is what I use to back up what I'm saying. Christ commanded the demons into the pigs. He never would have defiled an animal created by his Father.
Yeah.
He never would have done that. He knew. And
he's already told you in Revelation. He told you in the New Testament that anybody that's eating swine flesh, you're gonna end up in the lake of fire. Simple as that. He don't want you eating pork or anything unclean, not because he don't like you to eat. Yeah. There's certain animals in the world that perform a function in nature. Yeah. Some of them are called bottom feeders. You know, like shellfish, crabs.
Right. Yeah, you don't eat those either.
Pigs, yeah, swine. Yeah, certain birds, there's certain fish. Yeah, they clean the crap out of the world, and you know what I mean.
They're the world's they're garbage eaters.
That's right, and they're not meant to be eaten. Yeah. Also, the fact is that swine, right, is primarily used in sacrifice, in sacrificial ceremonies. Pagan ceremonies or whatever, yeah, whether it's satanic, you name it, yeah. He don't want you eating them. Simple as that. Yeah, and he's warned you. He said if he catches you behind a tree, that's if you make it out into the wilderness, and I'm paraphrasing it. If he catches you out in the wilderness, hiding behind a tree, eating swine, do you know what he's going to do? He's going to put you to death. Simple. Right? So all you out there eating your sausage sandwich and your bacon rolls and all that, you might want to think twice. And also, just as an added bonus, science caught up with the Bible not so long ago and told you that eating pork is very dangerous for your health because it's carcinogenic. Yes. Yeah, with all the pathogens and whatnot in the meats and whatnot. Yeah, better off not eating it. I haven't eaten.
I love when science catches up with the Bible. I really like it.
Oh yeah, it's mental, isn't it? It's mental. So many things. But yeah, just reminded me as well. But going back to the alien agenda, right? As I said on Facebook, yeah, I think science. They said on their post, and I've seen it so many times, but it's a brand new post, and saying that scientists have definitely found an Earth-type planet. Really?
Yep.
Really? Okay. So what now? What are you going to do? You're going to go and find it? You're going to go to Mars? Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. You've got to go to the moon. Oh, yeah. You haven't got the technology because you destroyed it. It might be a painful process to rebuild it, but you're going to go to Mars, yeah? Okay. Right. Let me know how you got past the firmament first, because in order to get to so-called outer space,
Robbie,
you got to get
they
past the
told
firmament.
us.
Right.
They
Then-
told us. The woman from NASA was asked about it. They said, back in the 60s, how did you get past the Van Allen belt? And she gave us a perfectly reasonable explanation. She said that wasn't an issue because it hadn't been discovered yet.
Right. Okay. So the Van Allen belt, i.e. the firmament, yeah. You get past the firmament. Right. So how are you going to get through outer space when we know that according to Genesis, yeah, you've got above the waters and below the waters, but above the waters you've got water above the firmament. So technically, space is water. So how are you going to get? I didn't think your rockets went through water like that. So okay, you're going to go to Mars. You're going to go. There's my last little point. You're going to get to Mars. How are you going to land on it? Yeah, when it's not a solid surface, because the Book of Enoch already told you about what everything was, right? And Mars is a wandering star, just like the rest of the so-called planets are wandering stars. Yeah, they're not planets. You can't land on them. They're not solid surfaces. Yeah. So how are you going to get there, and what are you going to do when you land on Mars? Yeah. Oh, by the way, how are you going to find this other so-called Earth-type planet that you so-called says? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When they lie to us about what they show us. And they show these computer-generated images of galaxies and whatnot. Yeah, so far
Well, did you
away.
see that NASA is actually has more to do with the ocean than it does with space?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Have you seen that? Yeah. Yeah. That's a whole different topic. I don't even want to get to that one because we're coming up on an hour and 23 minutes, and I do want to get to the last segment that we were going to talk about, and that was you had brought up before we went live talking about how everybody's watching New York City.
Yes, everybody's watching New York City because I believe that. I mean, we've done the research on it as well. You know, about the Masonic carvings in the buildings and the structures, and on the money as well, pertaining to some kind of event, some kind of nuclear event, some kind of tidal wave event, and whatnot. There is one more thing that we've got to do before we come off this after we come off this topic and talk about the Euphrates. But yeah, we've been talking about World War III, and I think that there will be some kind of nuclear event, but I don't think a nuclear explosion would be big enough to cause a tidal wave that would engulf New York. Yeah, we've talked about the volcano at La Palma. La Palma, is it? La Palma?
Yes.
La Palma. I got a feeling, and I've heard other people talk about it, that I think at some point, coinciding with what's happening, they'll drop that into the sea while they launch a nuclear missile outside the waters of New York at a certain point in time, where a tidal wave big enough to engulf not only New York but the whole eastern seaboard will take place.
You're right. I do believe that, but I also have another theory.
Go for it.
Okay. The other night, if you were live here, I played a video, and I'm going to play it again, showing bubbling waters in the Hudson River. This is in New York City. I'm going to play this again real quick because I have another short video to play, like 30 seconds, I think, after this, and I'm going to give you my theory. Okay. So we played that for you the other day, and we were like, what in the world is going on? Well, why don't you take a look at this?
And here's the Hudson River, okay? This is stuff,
Yeah, I see it.
you know, coming out of the river. This is the same river that's boiling, okay? And these are things that you can find on the River Keeper. And you can find River Keeper on Facebook. I don't know if they're on TikTok or not, but this is real news and this is live footage. You know, you can't lie about this. You know, you can't make this shit up. You just can't. And I just can't believe what, you know, the United States is doing to us.
It kind of looks like a water spout to me.
I think that they are hiding a volcano underneath the east coast of the United States. What do you guys think about that?
What? And you think that they've been doing what they've been doing to La Palmas and activating it with their technology?
I do, Robbie.
Yeah. What we're talking about here, we're talking about HARP.
We haven't mentioned La Palma in quite a long time.
HARP, well, it would put everything into play. It would put HARP, it would put the earthquake machine, it would put in possibly the rods of God. It would definitely put in, you know, all of these things, the earthquake machines for over the years, we've heard about California falling into the Pacific Ocean. I think again, Satan is flip-flopped and turned everything. I think we need to look at the east coast of the United States.
True. We also need to look at that map as well. This map that they keep pretending comes from the future.
Oh, let me pull that up. I know exactly which one you're talking about. You're talking about the future.
Yeah, I don't think it's somebody. I don't think it's somebody from the future. I think they're pretending it's from the future because it's a future projection of an actual event that they were planning. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, it's they call it the future Navy map of the U.S. But the thing of it is, it's not. The person who this originally came from was Edward Casey.
Mm-hmm.
Let me throw it in here real quick. That's not the right one. That's not the right one. Here it is. This one right here. This is if you want to search it on Google, you have to search it. It says it's called under the future Navy map. But this is a map from Edward Casey. And if they were to activate, if there was an underground volcano in this area, that would make sense. That it would separate right up the Madrid Fault, and it would flood the East Coast. And then what is this landmass over there? Guys, when we see volcanoes erupt in bodies of water, it is not uncommon for land masses to rise to the surface.
Not part of Atlantis popped up to say hello, is it? It's not part of Atlantis popped up to say hello.
Right. And this would be in the I can't even talk. This would be in the area just outside of the Bermuda Triangle, where people have said that is where Atlantis is. So this map is making more sense to me now and the things that I've been seeing in the last 3 or 4 days than it's ever made sense.
Things will take place on the earth that will make men's hearts fail.
Bingo. No, I really think that, we need to watch. Oh, wait a minute. Seismic activity in New Hampshire. I think I need to get back to my morning routine of checking my RSOE map and keep an eye on the seismic activity in the East Coast. I really think so. I've been a little lacking in that lately. I think I need to get back to doing that. Strange how Maine put up a mass evacuation system during the 2000s. Yeah. Yep. I remember that too. You remember that, Robbie?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
And another thing is, have you guys seen those strange lights that they saw over the West Coast? Those red lights.
Yeah. In the Pacific Ocean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those.
The reason why I ask is because I'm going to pull these up right here. They were taken by an aircraft. There was somebody that was flying over and they saw it. And now there's a no-fly zone over the exact area that this was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Cascadia Fault has been building up energy for decades. This is what happens before a huge and major earthquake happens. They saw these lights before Fukushima earthquake. They've seen these lights all over before major earthquakes. Mexico City, they were seeing the lights in Mexico City before that major earthquake.
Yeah,
well, I believe that right now we're watching the Cascadia.
It's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, we're looking at a HARP type event.
Yeah.
You know, they're
going to hit us either way, East Coast, West Coast. But I think right now, we need to keep an eye, or I need to keep an eye on the East Coast, because I think there's, with what's going on in the Hudson River, it's not normal. The bubbling and now the steam that shows volcanic activity.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned, Robbie, that the cauldron was getting bigger, but you said I didn't think it was getting that big that fast.
Well, my actual words were, I didn't believe that the magma under Yellowstone had moved that far to New York that quickly.
Right.
Yeah. Because if they make, they want us to believe that the mantle is moving very slowly. East, very, very slowly, and then eventually it'll be right under New York state area, but they had said that would be like thousands of years, right? Yeah. Somebody's lying about something.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get on there. I'm gonna have to keep checking on La Palma. I haven't been watching it. Check La Palma. Keep watching up with this. Something's brewing, guys.
Yeah. Can I, before we wrap this up, can I just show everybody something that's
you can show anybody anything you want?
Very relevant to what we've been talking about from the very beginning to now. And this is this here, right? It's just it's about a minute 30 long. Yeah. Right? Everybody listen to this.
Iraq is suffering the worst drought in decades. The drying of Euphrates River is not a prophecy anymore. It is happening. The receding waters of the Euphrates River have revealed many ancient archaeological sites. Just recently, a mysterious cave also has been found. The cave is so mysterious that origin is still unknown. People still investigate whether the cave was dug by human or by demon. It is impossible to say the caves were formed by itself. Some people suggest the caves were prisons. They probably were used to jail demon. Since Euphrates River have run dry and the demons have been released as mentioned in the Bible. That is why this discovery is often connected to Revelation chapter 9 verse 14. Release the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates. They are not good angel, they are demon. We know that these are demonic beings because they are described as bound. Demons are fallen angels, many of whom are bound in chains of gloomy darkness. God's good angels are not bound but are free. The 4 angels bound under the Euphrates River are Zyagra, Blutus, Angriala and Lettucers. The region of the Euphrates, where these 4 angels are bound, has a notorious relationship to human sin.
Yeah, so it pertained to, let me just make sure I don't turn that down. Right, it said Revelation 9 and 14. It's also Revelation 16, 12 to 15. So Revelation 16, 12 through 15. And the 6th angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the waters thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Revelation 9 and chapter 14, verse 14, is saying that the 6th angel, which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. Right now, how did somebody know that the Euphrates was going to dry now all that time back? Yeah, unless the Bible is absolutely 100% correct in not only this prophecy, but every other prophecy as well. Because the Bible isn't jumping off the page. Prophecy is jumping off the page right now, yeah? And everything is coming to fruition now. These 4 angels that could have been in that very structure, man-made, by the way, they've gone off now. What are they doing? They haven't gone off for a little vacation and a little go, oh, well, we're out now. What are we going to do? Oh, no, let's go to Bali for a month, yeah, and have a little... No, they're off doing what they're doing, yeah. What we're seeing right now, World War III, the pestilence, as in the pandemic. There's another pandemic coming, by the way, people, yeah. Yeah, and we're not just talking about monkeypox, yeah. There's going to be... They're going to keep them going, yeah. One more so-called deadlier than the last, right? So you're going to get all that, yeah. You've got economic collapse, yeah. The Bible tells you about that in Revelation. You know, all your delicacies and all your dainty little treats are going out the window, as in like all your precious everything is coming to a stop because they're not going to get there anyway because all the ships are not bringing the goods in anyway. We know that for a fact, yeah. We're going to have war. We're going to have the fallen are going to present themselves to the world, literally on television. Yeah, we're going to have the Antichrist one world government not far behind that. After a coming together of the whole world is one, and then everything that comes after that. Yeah, you know, so. What we've just seen there is prophecy unfolding, right? We're already in Revelation 9, yeah, and 16. Just be aware, people. It's all coming. It's happening right now. It's not coming. It's here. It's happening. Yeah, it's happening. Right. So you still go out there and keep warning people and keep telling them about the gospel. Yeah. Because that's all you need to do. And this is what I'm on about when I'm talking about works. Yeah. Go out and do your works. Yeah. Go out and tell the people about the gospel. Yeah. About the good news. Yeah. Because it's not all about bad news, about the good news. Yeah. The Christ is coming. Yeah. You need to get your houses in order and that. Yeah. And you need to tell the world about the gospel because Christ ain't coming back until it's talked about in the 4 corners of the world. Yeah. And once it's done, that's when he comes. Yeah. And on that note, I ain't really got much more to say on the matter.
Wow. We covered a lot of information tonight. And I do want to thank Robbie for joining us. It's been a long time and
I know.
Got to get you back up and running again.
But I'll pop in from time to time, yeah.
I know you will.
I can't make any promises in a minute because I said I've got a lot. Yes. I've got a lot going on, and I will come. I will come when it's relevant to come. Like tonight, you know, there's going to be a few more of these events and situations. It's an evolving situation. It morphs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you think, oh my God, this is it. Oh my God, this is it. Then it's not. It's not. And then something else happens and it just carries on.
It does.
You know what I mean? Everybody thought that, this would be like, you know, it's all going to turn shit really quickly. And well, it has turned shit really quickly. But it's not as bad as what we thought it was yet. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do.
Right? We're still functioning. Come on, we're still going about our daily day. Yeah, there's a lot of people who's not, unfortunately. Some people succumb to the jab, to the you know what, yeah, right. And some of them were people that we told. Yeah, unfortunately, last December, I went to one of my friend's mother's funerals. She'd been jabbed. She'd been boosted. She'd been triple boosted. And she'd had the flu jab as well and that, yeah. Unfortunately, after the last one, she died a week later. But the thing was, we warned her, don't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah? And unfortunately, there's been thousands of people that are in that situation who are no longer here, or they're here and they regret it. Yeah, the New World Order, just tick them off the list. Yeah, job done. Next.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's not going to be. Listen, you know, everybody thinks that it's all doom and gloom and we're scaremongering. No, we're just telling you the truth, right? Yeah. I can't say it in any other way, you know. It's just what I do. It's who I am, yeah. It's who Laurie is, yeah. It's who Ernie is, yeah. There's no way to sugarcoat this. There's no way to put a gloss on it, yeah. It is what it is. You're gonna have to accept what it is that's coming, and you need to prepare, right? I'm not talking about going out and losing your mind, yeah. Getting all depressed, because depression is the worst thing. Yeah, you know, listen, you know, if people don't have a problem with depression, they have a problem pretending to be happy and normal. Yeah, it's not easy. We're all going through it. I've gone through it, yeah, through various things, and this on top as well, right? This is the icing on the cake of the worst things that you could ever even talk about what's coming. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, you come to terms with it and you get on with it, because, you know, it's not like you can't do nothing about it. Obviously, you can't do anything about it, because there's not one person in the world or one army or one nation of people are strong enough to stop the New World Order, because it's a self-replicating monster that is, yeah. But what we can do is, like I said, you go out and do your works, yeah? And your works is you tell everybody about the gospel, yeah? Right? And you tell them about the New World Order, yeah? Exactly. That is what I mean by doing works, yeah? You go out there and I'm not telling you to go out on the street with a Bible in the street corner and do all that. That's nonsense, yeah? That's complete nonsense. What you do is you tell people on a personal level, whether you're sitting there with a friend or you're sitting there with a group of friends, and you bring it up in conversation, don't you? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. You know, if not, they'll bring it up in conversation. Yeah. You'd be quite surprised how many people will actually bring up what you want to talk about without you having to say anything. And then you interject and you go down that road with them, because at the end of the day, right, the truth's not for everybody. Right. There's nearly 8 billion people in this world, right? And not all of them are going to even know what's coming. Then listen, right to the end, they won't even know, right? Because they're not meant to know. Right. The most you got to see, like, this is another thing. You say God loves everybody. Listen, God does not love everybody. Trust me, He does not love everybody. Yeah, He doesn't want everybody. Yeah.
You know what, Robbie? That's the one thing that I found the most difficult to come to terms with over the last few years that I've been doing this is understanding and accepting that not everybody's name is written in the book of life.
Unfortunately, because if it was, none of this would be happening. Everybody would just get scooped up and saved. Yeah, exactly. It ain't that way. Yeah, exactly. This is a test. Yeah. And we're all going to, like you said, we're all going to go through tribulation, all of us, every single person in this world, whether you're a believer or not. Yeah. We're all going to get tested by the fire. Yeah. Some people are going to come up lacking and wanting. Yeah. I don't even know if I'm going to make it. Yeah. I've got so much areas that I fail on, right? Like really badly. Yeah. I've got no idea. But, you know, I'm trying, like everybody else is trying. No one's perfect, unfortunately. No, and you know, it is what it is.
We all fall short every day.
That's right. So, you know, or you just got to keep on keeping on. That's right. You know, it's good to talk. It's good to talk with people, and it's good to, you know, let people know.
Well, you know, it was good that, you know, everybody, we've missed you. Everybody asks about you all the time, and I always tell them, you know, your door is always open. Global Watchman News is your baby too.
That's right.
You know, you still have access to everything. You know, he's not over on posting on Global Watchman, or I'm sorry, Exposing Satanic World Government right now, because Robbie needs to have his accounts, and he's been deleted off of Facebook so many times that we both decided mutually to have him lay low for a while.
That's right.
And you know, and it seems to be working out. But he has, you know, you have the keys to everything, if you know, to come back and but you know,
I'm just doing my music, I'm doing my podcast. Anybody out there don't know my channel, just
if you guys aren't following Robbie, I will put the link. I don't know why I haven't been doing it. We put the link in. Go over and listen to his music. He I absolutely I know Ken has been, he listens to it a lot. Robbie always tags me on my wall, so you'll see his next broadcast, but I'll put his channel. He actually has a YouTube channel where his music goes to, so I'll make sure you guys get that. I do want to take this opportunity to address something that happened in our chat room tonight real quick before we wrap this up. I am in communication right now with Sarah. For those of you that witnessed what somebody in the chat room under the name of Sarah did tonight, I want you to understand that was not our Sarah Lerner. Sarah's sick and she has not been in our chat room for a couple of days. That was not Sarah. Whoever it was that cloned an account and came in with a name and decided to write those vulgar things in my chat room, you were rebuked. We don't play that game in my chat room. The vulgarities that you wrote in there, I can't even express the disappointment I have. I think I know who you are.
An IP address search to actually find out who you are.
Huh?
Yeah. You can find people's addresses through that IP.
That's right.
Yeah. The next person that does it wants to be careful, man.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't play that game in my chat room. You keep your racist stuff out of here. And just the gall of you. So I want people to know in the chat room that witnessed this tonight to please, that was not our Sarah. That was not our Sarah Lerner. I am on the phone with her. I'm texting her. I'm going to call her right now when we get off the air. So please, the next time when she comes in, please don't mention anything about it. She's, of all people for you to clone, is Sarah. Of all people.
Madness.
On you.
Here's the thing. I'm black.
I don't think a lot. Yeah, both of you are.
Is it? Okay.
So, me and Robbie are brothers.
So you're Israelite.
So to bring that kind of
worship and love the Most High,
yes,
and
for
abide
real.
by His words, and have the Holy Spirit flowing through our bloods.
Right.
Excellent.
And bring that,
so whatever you got to say, it will fall on deaf ears.
So to bring that kind of vulgarity into our chat room, we rebuke that. All right. I just wanted to get that out of the way, because I know Sarah's going to come back in, and I didn't want anybody going after her or anything. So please understand that was not our Sarah. Okay. Okay.
I think I'll definitely know now anyway.
I'm so upset.
Big love to Sarah. Big love to Sarah. And you said she's not well?
She's not well. She's been sick for quite a while.
She's
been sick for quite a while. So I'm going to give her a call as soon as we're up here. But I just wanted to make sure, because we are such a close-knit community. And I know that everybody witnessed what happened tonight in the chat room. So, you know, when she does come back in, please just, you know, understand that was not our Sarah. Okay. All right, Robbie, thank you for joining us. Again, doors open. A lot of information. I'm going to put all of the links in the description area below, as we always do. Ernie and I will be back. What is today? Thursday?
It is Thursday, yes.
We'll be back on Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll be back on Sunday, a regular scheduled time.
It was a pleasure, Robbie. I had to sit back and listen to you speak, man, because I know it's been a while. So I wanted to have all the attention on you, brother.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I'll come up again. We can chop it up. In that, yeah. And it's been a pleasure to be on the show with you. As I said, it's been a while. You know, people, just because I'm not on doing I've only just started consistently posting on my wall now. You know, I used to just sporadically little post there and there and whatnot. I put some up a couple of weeks ago and got a 24-hour ban.
Oh no!
Yeah, to give me a reminder. Yeah, so I'm very selective about what I put up there. Yeah, I don't really put some of the hardcore stuff up there because I know that I'm off. I don't know if I'm still on the radar, but not as much as I was when I got 11-month ban 2 years ago. Do you remember? 11 months ban from Facebook, people. Yeah, I couldn't even form an account if I tried. They had me on my IP address, they had me on my name, they had me on my phone numbers, all my email accounts, all of them, all 226,000 of them, all gone. Yeah, and it weren't looking too rosy for me. I thought, okay, I might have to start my own social media platform up in a minute because there's no way I'm getting back on Facebook. I think it was 9 or 11 months later, bang, I managed to get back on Facebook. Excellent. I was on there for about a month. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They got rid of me again. Yeah. Then I got another account, and then I got rid of that. I got another account, and I've had it a year. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Well,
hey Rob, you might want to invest in a VPN, man, if you haven't done so already.
I was using VPNs as well.
Yep.
Really? Oh,
yep.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's how they got me. Yeah.
That's when we decided that he wasn't gonna post the pages. He wasn't gonna post in the groups.
So that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna sit in the sidelines and I'm gonna watch, and I'm just gonna let them forget about me slowly, very slowly. Take me off the high priority list. Yeah. Right. And then see what happens because you know what I mean. I do actually need my Facebook for networking, for obviously the music, and obviously a lot of people on there know what I do.
Right.
They've seen what I've done, and they do still support me, and they know even though I'm not saying nothing, I am saying something. Yeah, and I'm more noticed by my absence than I am when I was actually there. Yeah. Because they know exactly what I've said. They know how it stands. They know what's coming. Yeah. And thanks to me and other people like me, like yourself and Ernie and all the whole lot, because it ain't about me. Yeah. Even though I'm glad that I made the contribution, I made the sacrifice for the Most High for 8 years now. Yeah. I felt that I'm all right now. I'm good. I don't need to say anything more unless it's very necessary to remind people, which I'm quite happy to do. In the meantime, I'm still looking, I'm still researching. It doesn't stop, right? So it's all good. As I said, I haven't run away from the truth. I've been right here. I've just been very silent. There you go. There's my YouTube channel. So you look up there, people. The original Detonator ROBBIE DEE Strictly Drum Roll. Yeah, that was the last podcast. The one underneath on the right, on the far right, left. Is it left? Yeah. That's my latest one. That's the one. Yeah. Give it a blast. Yeah. Go through my playlist. There's 95 videos there now. I'm aiming to get to 100.
Nice.
You get to 100. Nice. I've only got 5 left.
Very
no, actually, no. I'll tell a lie. 96. I've got 4 left.
And you're currently now UK is open to your festivals, so you've been taking place in those, correct?
Yeah, we've been I've been out and about. I played there was one event that's on there. You'll hear it. I've got an MC on there. I've got my MC Scorpio on there. It's only an hour long on there. It's let me have a look. It's from the left, so it's 1, 2, 3. It's the 4th one from the left. That one there, yeah. That's the one that you might quite like that. It's the all jungle and drum and bass and new school stuff. Yeah, it's
featuring MC Colonel Anata and Scorpio MC Raiders of the Lost Arts together as one. Nice. 1-4.
That's right. That's
Is
right.
that 1-4 or 7-4?
That's
4-1. 4-1-22.
Yeah, you got to remember that we are.
Yeah, that's right. So it's
our dates are different.
right.
You
So
have
it's
it
4-1-22. Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's
April.
So it's the 1st of April.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It was a really good night, actually.
Yes,
Really
I
good
will.
night. Yeah.
Let me do this. Let me take the channel, put it in our chat room for you guys.
Yeah.
Let's do this. All locations.
Yeah.
There's his link. I will also put it in the description below for you guys
Excellent.
to check him out.
Excellent.
All right, guys. Well,
yeah, don't forget to
wrap
subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe as well, and share it with your friends as well.
That's right.
Yeah,
Run away!
Run away! No, share it on the way I share it. When I share podcasts, is I share it on Facebook Messenger. Yeah, it's easier. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And then share it on your wall, or share it in your group, or whatever. Or just share it send it to your mum or something.
Send it to your mum.
Isn't it? I'm sure she'll like it.
Exactly. All right, guys. I want to thank Robbie Dee for joining us tonight. Excellent conversation. If you guys didn't hear it all, please go back, share this across your social media. Definitely pertinent information that we shared here. Ernie, as always. And I want to thank all the people that are in our chat room. I want to thank our moderators. And I want to say something that we say all the time. Nothing that we share is done out of fear. We put up the information for you to do your due diligence, study to show thyself approved, use the links. And until next time, remember, eyes open, no fear.